Welcome back to part 2. We understand the theory of soil spring now, but how do we actually input them into the software without causing a catastrophic analysis failure? My student had 3 rapid fire questions about the modeling parameters, and choosing the wrong option on any of this will ruin your design. Question number 1. Should I model the foundation using an elastic mat or plate mat? See, always use plate mat. Why? Because in a finite element analysis, the stiffness of each individual soil spring is based on its tributary area, the exact amount of soil area it represents. The plate mat setting utilizes a far superior algorithm to accurately determine the tributary area of the soil underneath each mesh plate element. Better tributary area calculations means more accurate spring stiffness. Question number 2. Under spring generation, should I use compression only, none, or multilinear? So here is your golden rule. See, if you are designing a standard raft foundation, use compression only. Soil can only push up against your slab. That is compression. See, it cannot grab your slab and pull it down. If part of your slab tries to lift off the ground, a compression only spring will safely release, simulating real world physics. You only use none if your supports can take both compression and tension, like a raft anchored by deep tension piles. And you only use multilinear if the soil exhibits complex non-linear behavior under both tension and compression. See, if you use multilinear for regular soil, you have to manually set the tensile spring stiffness values to 0, which is tedious and prone to error. So stick to compression only. Question number 3. The direction trap. What is the difference between Y and Y only? See, this is where I see the most model fails. Let's look under the software's hood. See, if you choose Y, that is direction Y, the software generates a vertical spring in the Y direction. But crucially, it fully restrains the horizontal translational direction Fx and Fz and the twisting rotation direction My. The other two rotation Mx and Mz are left free. If you choose Y only, the software generates a vertical spring in the Y direction, but it leaves all the remaining 5 degrees of freedom completely unrestrained and free. So if you use Y only and your building gets hit by wind or lateral seismic forces, there is absolutely nothing holding your building in place horizontally, and your entire slab becomes unstable and will slide off the screen into infinity. So always ensure your model has lateral stability. For standard rafts, use Y to prevent horizontal instability errors. Now let's discuss another part of the queries. We are going to open up a massive real-world structural code file and see exactly how a senior engineer puts all of this into the practice. So let's understand this. Welcome to the final part. See, we have covered soil mechanics, finite element behavior, and the software parameters. Now I am going to show you what this looks like in the raw code of a real-world massive structural space frame. So this isn't a toy model, this is a multi-story complex with heavily meshed raft foundation. So let's break down the actual script line by line so that you can see how the pros do it. Every massive model starts with the geometry. So in this file, we have thousands of joint coordinates defining the structural grid stretching over 36 meters high and 90 meters wide. Next, the engineer organized the model using group definitions. This is crucial for your sanity. They have grouped the walls, wall 1, 2, staircase, and the floor groups. So you can observe these groups that contains these plate numbers 2479 to 2618 and many others. So organizing your plates makes assigning properties a breeze. Now let's look at the plate thickness. See, the standard floor in these buildings are assigned the thickness as 0.15 meter, that is 150 mm. The heavy shear walls are thick with the thickness of 250 and 300 mm. But look at the foundation plates. Plates 82152 10484. The command reads 82152 10484, thickness 0.8, and that is an 800 mm thick massive concrete raft. To support that, they define a rigorous concrete materials block, an elasticity of this value with the Poisson's ratio, and concrete compressive strength of 275/79. Notice here that they also created an isotropic dummy material with virtually no stiffness for modeling rigid links or weightless load transfer. And yes, here is the moment of truth. See, the foundation support generation that we are discussing from last episode. See, the engineer writes over here 82152 10484 plate mat directly with Y subgrade 4000. Look at how perfectly they applied our lessons. They use the plate mat command for accurate tributary areas. They use direct Y, not Y only, to ensure the building doesn't slide horizontally, and they explicitly define the subgrade 4000 based on the geotechnical report, bypassing the confusing automated FOS calculations. So finally, they apply their loads with C, a standard dead load with pressure loads values, then live load, and the other load values you can check out over here. See, they combine this using standard limit state factors like load combination 4, which is 1.4 dead load plus 1.6 live plus 1.4 fluid loads, and then the perform analysis command is added. And that, my friend, is how you successfully analyze a Raft foundation from the theory all the way to final code execution. See, if you watch all of our previous discussion for this foundation masterclass, you are no longer a beginner when it comes to mat foundations. See, you know how to handle the subgrade modulus, you understand why stiffer soil causes higher pressure spikes, you know exactly which support parameters to trust, and you can read the raw input code like a pro. So if this series helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below with the next structural engineering topic you want me to break down for you. Until next time, trust your geotech, check your boundary conditions, and keep building safe structures. Remember, don't just learn software, learn concepts. Thank you.